Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of this Crackhead channel. Today I'm joined by special guest, it's Zach.
What's up?
How are you doing today, Zach?
Doing good. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming on. You're the first guest I could manage to trick into coming on the show.
Incredible. I feel honored.
So today we're going to be opening up a box of Commander Legends.
Looks
you know about
very
the set?
nice. I like the packaging.
10 out of 10 packaging.
Yeah. The girl
You'll
with
notice.
horns. Love to see that in Magic.
Oh, definitely. I don't remember her name.
I don't either.
Anything you think would be fun to see out of the set?
Hopefully cards. That's what I'm looking for.
I'm hoping for a Black Lotus.
That'd be something.
So we'll just go freeform here. Interrupt me whenever you want to, otherwise I won't shut up.
All right.
Now, many of you might be asking, Aaron, why are we opening a box of these instead of drafting it? Well, that is because the game guy said they were getting more of these in, and I'm going to buy more later to draft them. It's got a little pamphlet here explaining the draft. So, did you get a chance to draft any of this, Zach?
I haven't drafted this set. I've done some in the past, of course, but not here. That's nice they give you a little tutorial if you're new, though.
Well, especially for this one, because this had a different draft than usual, because they're 20 card packs, and you built, I think it was like 60 card decks. So
Right. Gotcha.
And it is in the Commander format, so color restrictions and stuff actually apply, I think.
Nice.
I could be wrong. If I am, don't correct me in the chat. I'm a YouTuber and you're not. Looking at the individual packs, they're all the same chick from the box. She's the Fire Planeswalker chick, Jessica.
Okay.
Right?
Sure. Struggling with the first one. There you go. Nice.
You're struggling with the first one.
What's the guy? Whenever an artifact. Is there a big artifact synergy in this set?
I don't think it's a massive one. Let's see. Just looking at this little thing about the draft, it doesn't specify, for green at least, any particular artifact synergies.
Gotcha.
Boros has an aura and equipment synergy. It's just big beater.
There you go. Magic always needs more of those.
Yep. Right here, this is the good monkey. Everyone's all freaking out about Ragavan. They don't know about this boy yet.
A 2/1 with Menace. Scary.
A pirate.
Ooh.
With Menace. Sailor of Means.
There's another pirate. Not Menace, though, so we don't care as much.
ETB, make a treasure. I mean, you can do some flicker shenanigans, and
True.
He's basically as good, if not better, than Dockside Extortionist.
Cap.
Doom Traveler. Dies, makes a spirit.
Classic.
Me
like
whenever I go outside. Ew. A card that shouldn't have been printed.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
8 mana to deal 3 damage to any target. I mean, what do you even need to do to make that good?
I don't know.
I think
mana. It's a thing.
Infinite mana. Maybe if you're running like Training Season, that companion who decreases costs, and whatever the green-blue card is that decreases cost, that might get it down to what, 2 or 3 mana? That's still not good.
Yeah, 3's just, you think about 3 damage, and we have spells in Magic that you can cast 1 mana to do 3 damage.
That's Lightning Bolt, and Lightning Bolt isn't really Commander playable.
Exactly.
I'm not bashing
8
Lightning
mana
Bolt.
for 3 damage. If you have an infinite combo set up, this is a finisher for it, but...
Well, no, that's like
what isn't a finisher.
11 mana for 3 damage. Because he costs
True.
3 to play.
Yeah, so theoretically, as you do it multiple times, the 3 to play decreases, and also you're accounting for the body there. But overall, yeah, just not a solid card.
Straight up, if I wasn't like rich crackheads that we both know, I'd throw this card away. But I'm not a rich crackhead who throws away magic cards. Palace Sentinels, solid.
Yeah, like that.
Farhaven Elf, solider.
Another classic, love that one.
Eye Blight Massacre. Not an amazing card, but it fits I think it's a black and green synergies for elves in this, so yep.
Yeah, if you're running Elf Tribal, you might get some use out of it, but overall, I don't think is the strongest, especially for a commander format. In some other format, it might be better, but.
Fertilid. Could be nice. One thing I always want to do with it, especially if I'm running it in a counter deck, like plus some counters, is to like say, hey, I'll get you a basic land for the player falling behind, but make them your slave for the rest of the game.
True.
Ancestral Blade, some bad equipment. There we go.
That's nice. Like to see that.
I was seeing the original printings of these at the shop earlier today. They're all going around $10 still, so I don't think that
it's
these
not
ones
the strongest because it enters tapped, but anytime you can do 2 mana ramp, I think it's a good thing.
Well, I mean, it might not be the strongest, but a turn 2 play for a mana rock that enters tapped, that's right where you want to be.
For sure. I'd run it over most 3 or 4 mana ramp spells for sure, just because you want to cast other things on those turns.
Yep. Workshop Assistant. 3 mana. When it dies, return another target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. I think it goes infinite with something.
Most likely.
Prophetic Prism. Not great, but good for this format.
For sure. I agree.
Boring Pirate with Encore.
He has a big text box there. What does it say?
Whenever it attacks, it deals damage to the player or planeswalker it's attacking equal to the number of artifacts you control. And it has Encore for 5 and a red. So you exile it from your graveyard, and then for each opponent, you make a token that attacks that opponent this turn Fable.
That seems pretty good.
I don't know, 6 mana, you're going to have a pretty artifact-heavy deck.
True. It would be one of those creatures that would find average value in an artifact theme.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Slaughter the Strong. That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Guildless Commons. Nice bounce land for colorless.
Sure.
Oh, hello.
There, now we're talking.
Emberwild Captain, ETB, you become the Monarch. Opponent attacks you while you're the Monarch. It deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards in their hand.
That's really strong, especially if you have a hand size, or I could see you running this in a format where you're wheeling often. This just gives you extra draw value at the end of your turns and dissuades people from attacking you, especially if you're refilling everyone's hands all the time.
Definitely. In today's episode of Game Nights, I know you haven't seen it, but it gets played with that commander who doubles attack triggers. And so an opponent attacks you, and that triggers this ability twice.
So you're doing big damage.
Yep. Ooh, second rare, Lisa, Shroud of Dusk. Rather than pay 2 for each previous time you've cast a spell from the command zone this game, pay 2 life that many times. Flying, lifelink, whenever a player casts a spell, they lose 2 life.
It's very interesting. So you're in white. Obviously, you can run life gain strategies to keep yourself healthy while this ticks other people. That might be the first way, I think, to play it. Do you have any other ideas on where it would be useful?
I'm actually wondering if you think it would fit in your Akratimna deck.
It would definitely be an option there. I think the hard part is that it's built to be a commander, right? I think the second ability is interesting, but if you're building around it, you want to be building around it because otherwise it could mess you up once in a while where you get it
Right.
late in the game and
5
everyone's
mana with
looking to
the
play
2 white
spells.
pips.
Right. But as a commander, especially that first ability to avoid ever having to cast it again, because people are going to want to get rid of it if it hits the field. They're going to be wanting to cast spells. But it's definitely a good card option for white-black, I think. That'd be an interesting commander to build around. And I bet people could get pretty creative with it.
It makes me think of what's his name? The Gruul guy, who whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, he deals 6 damage to them.
Right.
It makes you think of him, but
Yeah, it has a similar vibe. This one just matches more with a life gain strategy.
I mean, it could be fun in like kind of a white in Orzhov stacks type deck. You know, you run her, you run Thalia, you run the white stuff that keeps players from attacking you. Any other taxation effects?
Yeah, just helps you control and lock down the board more. You'll need to find a way to keep yourself healthy, but if you're playing stacks well enough, that shouldn't be hard.
Right. Ooh, heck yeah! That's 3 rares this pack. Arkelos, Lagoon Mystic. I hate this card.
He just looks so nice, though. Black, green, blue turtle. Those are the kind of magic cards that I just want to play with.
Okay, I understand that, but his ability, as long as it's tapped, other permanents enter the battlefield tapped. As long as he's untapped, other permanents enter the battlefield untapped. How many cards in black, green, or blue do that?
I don't think there's many.
I can't name a single one. That there is a white effect, except on Urbrask.
That's true. It is very much white.
I think he should have been white, green, blue.
That'd
And
make more sense canonically, yeah.
they
Just with
did
the
black
color
for the
bases they
aesthetic.
have. Yeah, I like the ability, but as part of that, since it needs white to run well, and doesn't have white, it matches with other white abilities. As a result, though, you're left in a situation where what would you build around this in these colors?
Right.
Oh no, interesting.
Definitely. Holy crow, that's a 4th rare and a foil rare. Immaculate Magistrate. Taps, put a +1/+1 counter on each elf you control.
That's really big. That's cool. Got some good elves in this set.
Definitely. How many packs do you want to go through today? Because we're at about 13 minutes, so I don't think we're going to want to sit here for the next 2 hours at this pace. So do you want to speed it up, or?
True. I'm down for either one, yeah. We can
Okay.
talk about the rares maybe in every pack if you see an interesting common or uncommon pointed out.
Excellent. Speaking of, preordain. Scry
Right
2,
off
then
the
draw a
bat.
card.
Yep. Classic. We are familiar with it, but it's nice to see it in the set.
I mean, it's a good card. It's going on my I care about pile instead of the chaff pile. Soul's Might, counters, double up a creature's power. Crow of the Dark Tidings, some milling. Goblin that rummages. More milling. Oof.
That's
What do you think about this?
interesting removal. It's nice that it's any permanent. It's how many mana? Is it 1 mana to cast?
1 to play, 7 to activate.
7. That's pretty big.
I
So
think of
it's an
Unstable
expensive
Obelisk.
removal, but it's nice to have it on the field whenever you need it.
Okay, but compared to the Unstable Obelisk, which is 3, can tap for a mana, and then 7 sack it. It's either destroy a non-land permanent or a target permanent. I don't recall.
Right.
Which
I'll
one do
pull it
you...
up here.
Okay.
I think I'm going with the obelisk.
Just that mana, like... Because this year you pay 1 and it just kind of sits there and like, well...
Yeah, and once again, removal's always weaker when people know about it when it's on the field and everyone is aware of it. It
Right.
just feels less strong.
I mean,
So
blowing up a guy
both
has
of them,
cradle, but
obelisk, it is 7 to activate and it's destroy target permanent, so the exact same. Only difference is you're paying 2 mana to tap it for colorless down the road. 2 extra mana, I should say.
Right.
3 mana to cast.
I'd
So-
probably choose Obelisk over this.
Both of them, I think, are decent cards. Obelisk is uncommon instead of common, so that I think shows that it's a little more valuable, a little more unique. But both of them, if you're looking for them as removal, I don't think they're the plays. If you're looking for Obelisk as ramp, then you can run it. But this one doesn't seem like the strongest option.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Viscera Seer. There we go.
Great card.
Free sack outlet. What do you think about the intentional misprints that they were shoving in some secret layers?
I'm not familiar with those.
They printed some of them backwards and shoved them in a few secret layers. And
Interesting.
Yep.
Just as a surprise for.
I mean, I think
those cards.
Channel Fireball opened the first one and decided that it was worth $600 and turned around and sold it for $600. So
That's wild. People pay for rare things, I guess.
Yep. Soul's Fire. Another. Ooh, Kithkin. I like Kithkin. We need more Kithkin in the world. Wild Seas. Crappy Assassin.
Yep.
Vigilance, and you become the Monarch. Alice.
Good land for commander.
Definitely. Scholar of the Ages. ETB return up to 2 instants and or sorceries from your graveyard to your hand. What do you think? 7 mana? Yes.
That might find its way into a couple of my decks. It's expensive, but when you're looking to return 2 things, there's a couple combos that you can go infinite with pretty easily off of that.
Right.
Especially if you're looking at a flicker or blink so that you pay the 7 mana once to get it out there, but then you can get multiple activations of it if you're running like Rune or Ghostly Flicker or anything like that. Then
so do I need to set it aside and bring it over to you this week?
That'd be cool. I would take it.
First response. Huh. That is interesting. Can you each upkeep if you lost life last turn? Create a 1/1 white soldier creature token.
That one paired with the commander we saw earlier, incredible.
Which commander are you thinking of?
When you play a spell, you take 2 damage.
Mm-hmm. Lisa?
Because it's non-combat. It's just if you lost life last turn. Correct?
Ooh, so you're saying drop this on the field and then drop some nice instants and sorceries, Doomblade some stuff.
You could build a really fun like token / life gain deck in white black where you're casting instants and sorceries, making tokens, and then getting even more from this. I think there's some strategy there. If you're running like Smothering Tithe, keeping extra mana.
And I can see like strong. 4 mana, if you can trigger it each upkeep, I don't think that's terrible. It could be better, but it's nice.
Right.
Victimize. Some nice graveyard recursion.
Yep.
Oh, hello.
That's a good card.
Beginning of post-combat main phase, you get an additional beginning phase.
Yeah.
Well, I know what deck that's going right into. I'm currently building a Lind deck, and yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, it's a finisher.
Abomination of Llanowar. Nothing special. Prava of the Steel Legion. Our first card with partner. As long as it's your turn, creature tokens you control get +1/+4, and then 3 and a white to make a 1/1 soldier.
That's not bad either for white. Once
no,
again,
it's not.
Pretty decent token synergy there.
Llanowar. No, Lissalana Bowmaster. I can read. Whenever you cast an elf, you can have it deal 2 damage to target creature with flying. Meh.
I like the elf tribal synergy we're getting in the set. There seems to be a couple decent elves so far.
Definitely. The curling is real.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Well, we will have to do something about that. The camera just said battery's dying.
Let's see. Video's getting long. Maybe we do one more pack and then wrap it up.
That sounds good to me. I do need to plug this in or else it won't last for one more pack.
Okay.
Fun fact for anyone not aware, my setup is jank. Alrighty. Ooh, that is interesting. 6 drop for a 6/3 with haste and cascade.
Wow. Yeah, that could be a fun.
Definitely, like I feel like it's difficult to play, but getting that cascade in there probably makes it worth the 6 mana.
Yeah, for sure. At 6 mana, you want it to be higher cost. So.
Mm-hmm. Omen Speaker. Goody and Oldie. Firing Roar. Giant.
How much mana was that last one?
4 for a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control.
A little expensive, but if you have a lot of creatures out or a counter sub theme, then it could be useful. Like we mentioned earlier, my Ikra Timna likes to get just a counter on everything if it can. That could be pretty nice.
Good for getting triggers off of any of those cards from Tarkir who say each creature with a counter gets, flying or lifelink or whatever.
Exactly, yep.
Boring Giant is boring.
Yeah, but giants are never all that boring.
A 4/3 for 4 with reach.
You're right, this one's pretty boring. I just like giants.
You want me to set it in the pile for you?
No. I don't like them in Magic, I just like them in general.
Gale Strike. Pedigree Familiar.
What was that first word?
Filigree, there's no D there.
There you go.
For those of you who are in the need to know, I woke up at 4 this morning and it is currently 7 p.m. So I don't have a brain. Captain's Call. I'm pretty sure this is a reprint, but they should have made a functionally identical version of it called Commander's Call instead.
True. That would have been nice. Just match the theme.
7 drop, 6/5, reach trample cascade. It's a dinosaur.
Yeah, that's really nice with the cascade stacked on top.
Infinite skeleton. Goes infinite.
Yep.
Ooh. The Pauper Band card. Because this is one of, at least 2 cards that came out in this set that got banned?
Yeah, I didn't see all that got banned, but...
Yeah, this one got banned from Pauper because giving the Monarch to blue wasn't fair to anyone else. And then, of course, we all know about Hull Breacher.
Yep.
Crappy Cutlass is crappy.
Yep.
Benevolent Blessing. 2 mana, flash, enchant creature. ETB, choose a color. Enchanted creature has protection from the chosen color. This effect doesn't remove auras and equipments you control that are already attached to it.
Interesting. Making sure it's not broken there. It's the white version of the card that was banned.
Of the whole breacher that was, or
No, the other one you had, the other enchant creature.
oh, the fall from favor.
Yeah.
I mean, not really, because fall from favor it taps an enchanted creature and you become monarch, and that creature doesn't untap. This enters and
Gotcha.
protects your creature.
Gotcha.
Seems good for a Voltron strategy.
True.
Ooh, Angelic Anemone. It's a sea anemone. 3 drop, equip 4, +2/+2 flying, and is a white angel in addition to other colors and types. What do you think? Playable or not playable?
In a budget equipment deck, you'll definitely run it. If you're playing a more expensive equipment deck, it may fit in certain spots, but not always.
Mm-hmm. Lore Seeker Stone, 6/3 tap, draw 3. This ability costs 1 more to activate for each card in your hand. What do you think?
How much mana to activate? You said 6 to
3
drop,
to
3
activate it.
activate, draw 3 cards, and it costs more if you don't have an empty hand.
It seems
I
really,
think
really
it's
good if
a
you're
little.
hellbent, but 9 mana.
Yeah, I think it's a little too expensive. 9 mana to draw 3 cards at the minimum. That's only if you have 3 or less in hand.
Uh-huh. This is your card draw that they give to white.
Yeah, that one's rough. It's not a very good version.
Scaled Behemoth. 7 for 6 hexproof. Ooh.
Nice that it's only 3 mana.
Oh, what's only 3 mana?
Oh, it's just your camera. I couldn't tell. Is it
Oh.
6
The
mana?
Behemoth? No, that's a 6 mana. Are you kidding? 3
It
mana
looked
for a
like
6/7 with hexproof? That would be fucking
Yeah,
crap.
I was very interested for a second when you read it because I only saw it looked like a 1 on my screen, but now I see it. When you
Nope.
hold it closer, it's easier for me to read.
Well, I'm experimenting with my setup today. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Today's setup is brought to you by a stack of Sanderson novels and 1 Stephen King book. Takashima's Will. That one's kind of fun to see.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Target opponent chooses a creature they control. You gain control of it. Choose a creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn.
Yep.
Nowhere
Very
near as broken
strong
as
card.
Jessica's Will, but
Nope. But still can win some games.
definitely. Crappy Golem. It's got some artifact stuff going for it. Has partner. Yeah. Ooh, there we go. Nimrus, Una's Trickster. 5 drop, 1/6, flash flying. Cast your first spell during each opponent's turn. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of those cards into your hand and the other into your graveyard.
Yeah,
I
like I like the colors. I like that it knows what it is. It's looking to be played in a deck running a bunch of instances, and you can do it well here. It's gonna refill your hand every time you cast something on other people's turns. I think there's other good cards that can help it out in both blue and black.
Mm-hmm. Well, I really wish, and I understand why we didn't get it, is if more they had made more 2-colored cards with partner. I mean, I get why they're broken, but
Certainly, yeah.
Nimrus paired up with what was her face? Lisa. He's encouraging you to cast spells during everyone else's turn.
Yeah, that'd be very
her.
strong.
Ooh, foiled Dreamstone Hedron. Not good, but
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah, there we
beautiful.
go. Most powerful commander in the game. Well, what did you think, Zach?
Excellent.
That was 3 packs. That would have been one person's draft. Whatever.
Yeah, it's interesting. You can see that there's a couple sub themes running here. Nothing's super strong or super focused, but there's definitely going to be cards that fit in a lot of different decks.
So just with what we saw, just leafing through this real quick. If you're trying to build constructed out of these 3 packs, what theme would you be trying to lean towards?
It'd be interesting. I don't think we saw enough for a focus strategy, but I think there are a decent number of green creatures. You could run some of the elves for the elf synergy and the ramp. And then, of course, we have some of those bigger greens that you could hit hard with. That
Mm-hmm.
might be where I was looking to draft at first, just because that has the most synergy from what we saw.
So you'd probably have snagged up Abomination then? Gone for kind of an elf tribal?
Yeah. Sure.
Cool. Well, thanks for helping me out. Is there anyone that you want to shout out today?
Yo, shout out to Matt Stafford for winning the Super Bowl.
The what? Wasn't that like 2 weeks ago, man? Come on, get over it. Alrighty, we will catch you all next time. Thank you again, Zach.
Yeah, thank you for having me.